Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Sonia. Thanks so much for stopping by. You know, a while ago I made a video talking about my many tea books that I've amassed over the years. I mentioned that my first, Tricia Foley's Having Tea, is still my favorite because it's where I got my shortbread recipe. Easy to bring together with just 3 ingredients: butter, flour, and powdered or icing sugar. That's it. It's a wonderful treat to have on any afternoon tea table, but especially at Christmas. It also makes a welcome treats gift for the holidays. Now, the original recipe I have makes 2 dozen cookies of a certain size, 2–2.5 inches. But I personally like to cut the recipe in half because I usually make smaller, bite-sized cookies. But that's the beauty of this recipe. Double it, half it, press it into a mold, or roll it out and cut it into shapes. It's so versatile. And today, I'm cutting it into these adorable little teapots. Perfect for a Christmas tea. So first things first, we want to set the oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, 165 degrees Celsius, gas mark 3. This is a little lower or slower moderate oven than typical. So in my bowl here, I have a ½ pound, that's 226 grams, or 2 sticks, as you can see, of softened, really good quality butter. And this happens to be salted butter. I usually bake with unsalted, but today I am baking with salted butter. And I'm going to smooth this out just a little bit. Okay, now to that, I'm going to add a ½ cup or 60 grams of powdered or icing sugar. And I did sift this a little bit. You know how powdered sugar tends to get a little lumpy and clumpy? And just to keep that from being an issue, I did sift it into the bowl. Okay, now carefully blend these two together. Hope I'm not ending up wearing it. Okay, now that that's blended well, I'm going to add in 2¼ cups or 270 grams of all-purpose flour. And I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. As I said, this batter is really, really thick, but that's what it's supposed to be like. If you have a stand mixer, and I do have a stand mixer, I just didn't want to get it out today, but if you have a stand mixer, you might find that this is a little easier. It's a little hard on a handheld mixer like this, but still, it will work. Also, if you have used unsalted butter in your recipe, you want to be sure and add about an 1/8 of a teaspoon, a generous 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt for this recipe. But like I said, I'm using salted butter today. Okay, so here is our dough, and I am going to put this, because it's awfully soft. It's a little too soft, really, at this point to cut into the molds. So I am going to put this in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes. Kind of let that butter soften up, harden up. So it'll be easier to work with. Okay, the dough's out of the refrigerator. And as I say, it's very thick, but that's exactly what you want. And I've got it on a well-floured surface here. I'm also using a pastry cloth. You don't have to, but I find that I can get them up off of the surface easier that way. I'm going to put a little flour on my rolling pin. And I just want to roll this out. Oops. I'm going to get this a little more together. And I like to roll these out to about a ½ inch. I like a nice thick cookie. My cookie cutter is about 3/4 inch tall, so I can use it as my guide. That's just about where I want it. And you have to be really easy with this dough because it is so pliable and soft. But oh my goodness, that's what makes it such a wonderful cookie. All right, let's try one of these. Now I have got, put it right, whoops, well that worked. It's going a different direction, but that worked. And I'm dipping my cookie cutter into flour every time. Because this can be a challenge to get out. I'm using a skewer to try to get this out of. There we go. Oops. Lost the top. That happens. The thing is, this dough is so soft, you can go ahead and make your adjustments as needed. Now, if I were just making regular round cookies or bar cookies, I would not be having this kind of difficulty. It's just because these forms are so intricate that you have some issues. But you know what? I think the end result is worth it. Okay, as you can see, I have put these all on an ungreased cookie sheet. Now I'm using a little bit of parchment paper. I do that because I think it's just a little easier to get the cookies off the pan when it comes time. But you don't have to. Just be sure it's an ungreased baking sheet. Now, because these are so very soft, I could put them in the oven right now, but I'm going to put them in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes, and then they'll go into the oven. Okay, these have been in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes. Now, before they go in the oven, I'm going to prick the tops of each cookie, otherwise known as docking. And this, by the way, is not just for decoration. This actually allows the steam to escape and keeps the dough from puffing up during the baking process. If you hear that lapping behind me, that's my dog drinking water. Okay, into the oven these go. Now the recipe says to bake them from 25 to 30 minutes, but as these are a smaller size, I'm going to check them at about 20. And they're done when the cookies are golden brown on the bottom, but still pale on the top. Ooh, sounds like they're ready. Oh, these look perfect. They are beautiful. Now I'm going to leave them on the baking sheet for just a couple of minutes, and I'm going to transfer them to a wire rack where they can cool completely, and then we'll try one. Okay, I think they've cooled quite enough, so let's go ahead and try one. I wanted to show you too, see this lovely pale color? That's what you're looking for, and yet it's got this beautiful golden bottom. So let's give it a try. Oh my goodness. These are so good. These are rich and buttery. You know how store-bought shortbread is, it's excellent, but you know how it's kind of hard, crispy, crunchy? This is not. This is a soft but sandy, crumbly texture. I mean, it literally melts in your mouth. It's not hard, crisp, or too crunchy. It's soft, but it's still so wonderful. Now, you can leave these cookies just as they are. They are perfect plain. But if you'd like to spruce them up a bit for the holidays, you can add chopped nuts to the dough, dried cranberries. Some people add vanilla or almond flavoring, or you can dip them in a bit of chocolate, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, now that the cookies are completely cooled, I have here melted a little chocolate. Now, I used chocolate flavored candy melts that are meant for dipping, but you can easily melt chocolate chips and have the same results. Just use whatever you have on hand. Now, what I'm going to do is just dip part. You can dip part or all of the cookie into the chocolate and place it on parchment paper. I like to dip half the cookie. I think it's really cute that way. Almost like it's half full of tea. And for a still an even more, festive look, I'm going to sprinkle, before this sets up, I'm going to just sprinkle a few little sprinkles on the chocolate. These little nonpareils, they're just perfect for this. And I just microwave this chocolate. If you find it getting a little too thick, you can just stick it in for a few more minutes in the microwave. Or a few more seconds, rather. These turned out so well. I will tell you, I made all of the dough, and the second batch, I let the dough sit in the refrigerator just a little longer before I rolled it out. And I had much better results when it came to getting the cookie out of the cookie cutter. So, just so you know, it does work better to have your dough chilled. Now, if you want these cookies to set up faster with the chocolate on them, you can put them in the refrigerator for just a few minutes, and they will definitely set faster. I have to say, these cookies are excellent, plain or all fancied up. A few of these on your holiday afternoon tea tray, or put into a little gift bag like this and given as a favor, is sure to put a smile on anybody's face. I hope you'll try this recipe. It is so good, and it is so easy. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit that like button, and consider subscribing for more afternoon tea videos. Until next time, bye-bye.